Oh my God, this amazing mid-century green sectional in awesome condition. Lots of sports memorabilia, signed caps and bats and bats and bats and bats and more caps and more bats. And this stuff over here, all of these cool old like character jars full of old pennies somehow. Here is an amazing early 1900s silver plated coronet with engraving and scroll work all over. Chad says it plays great. We have a lot of signs, bar signs, liquor signs, all sorts of smalls, neat, interesting stuff, vintage hi-fi, vinyl records, 45, so much stuff. I love graphics on these old movie posters. So cool. This great old folk art whirligig, beautiful art glass and more, old models, slot machine glass, carved pieces, more art glass, more porcelain, more just beautiful, cool, vintage, awesome stuff. All this and more in this week's auction. Thank you, Mr. Handsome Announcer, to steal a line from my friend Alan Epley. Yeah, all sorts of great stuff this auction. So it looks like we've got the video quality cleared up, but the mic shorted out. So now I'm doing this audio in post, right? As they say. But yeah, all sorts of great stuff. Missed you guys last week. Hope you had a good 4th of July. There's Todd. That neat old wooden carved stuff. A lot of sports memorabilia. We have these caps here, a lot of them signed. And then a lot of wooden bats down below. All sorts of caps, vintage stuff. Different team stuff, obscure stuff, all kinds of these bats, which seem to do pretty well. I guess some of them are like game used, that kind of thing. A lot of you collectors definitely know a lot more about that than I do. More over here. So hopefully you guys think that stuff is awesome. I guess this is kind of like a reaction video, right? I need a side panel of myself doing this and looking at everything. So baseball cards, sports stuff, neat old postcards. There was some local Kansas City stuff in there. Just more kind of neat local vintage stuff, more sports things. I believe there's a George Brett Sports Illustrated in there. More autographs. Not sure exactly how we'll sell all that stuff, but we're going to sell it. Looks like that's a Joe Montana, which is cool. And then obviously more Royal stuff. And there's a Star Trek signed pieces. I think that's like gas or something. G.I. Joe Footlocker back there. Those Royals cards. Some handmade wooden instruments, comic books, which seem to do pretty well down there, no matter what. And more kind of the same. It's like a bunch of freaking golf pencils. More comic books. Those are red lines in there in awesome condition. There's a Sharpie on the floor. There's some World Series tickets. There's currency. There's coins. There's jewelry. I believe there's some gold and some silver. There's more of those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal bowl, cereal boxes. There's some World War II stereoscope cards. There's more stereoscope stuff in there. Love it. These cool Air Corps photos from World War II. Awesome. I think we sold those before. Maybe those same ones. More just, neat, usual fare stuff in there. Lighters, some more glasses. Looks like maybe a Soviet flask. Kind of like a little deco golf lady or something. Then it's a hot rod stuff, Rockstar energy drink, hot rod stuff, signed. A little transistor up in there. There is a old fraternal cap. Then these are I can't think of it right now. That arcade, Wonderland arcade tickets and photos. There's 10 karat gold little piece that someone didn't weigh. There is a neat little pellet gun, BB gun. That is Buck Rogers transfer, probably from the 30s. We've sold that before, so I think some of this stuff is circling back around. It's funny how that works here. It's been years since I've seen it. That neat car back there. Then that, I'm not sure who signed that. Looked like a Billy Butler to me. But I don't know. Art glass. So there's that trumpet. It's back there. I'm going to forget and then remember to go look at it with you. There's that freaking TV up there somehow. Those have been bringing some money. I think that's probably a bar in that night. Again, be sure to look at the pictures. Like a car, like go-kart shell. Looks like petrified wood and a geode and some more cars and toys and some jewelry. What else we have here? Celluloid buttons, military buttons. Yeah, some more like old photographs and signage and matchbooks and Hot Wheels stuff and amateur radio magazines and entertainment, press release kind of stuff. There is a freaking pheasant up there. Old banks should have some. That's probably a reproduction one. Should have some more neat old ones coming in, is the plan. Those are neat little sculpturettes, statuettes. That one famous tree. Those hardwood carved, like Polynesian pieces. Art glass, more carved things. More wonderful, wonderful stuff in there. Look, there goes Chad. Coin glass. More. Kind of like doing it like this. I've been struggling with it. With the compression, it sounds weird. That neat little point of purchase radio display. Cool boombox in there. More vintage store signage. Slot machine glass. Sometimes it takes off. Sometimes nobody cares. More art pottery. Hawaiian Dream. That's one of those little 3D or high relief little lights back there. Vintage stuff. Then those models are awesome. Looks like a bunch of different incense burners, which usually do pretty freaking well down here, the vintage incense burners. So we'll just wobble on over here. And there's that stuff. I believe originally I said, surely that's not sterling. And I grabbed a spoon and I couldn't see it anyway. And so I put it back down and played it off. So there's that stuff. Looks like the video quality is even better even from my editing software here. 45 records. Seems like the autofocus isn't going in as fast. But this is definitely an improvement. And then the mic. I knew I was having mic trouble too. Whatever. Dems to breaks, right? Needle patterns. Yeah, that's the smalls I was talking about in the intro. All sorts of really interesting stuff in there. Looks like some ammo. That clock is neat. That was like an Air Force Air Corps piece to like a colonel. Look at those TVs. We haven't got them hooked up yet. But that should happen tomorrow. Probably won't make that big of a deal. Anyway, that is metal. That sign is metal. Key sign. That should do well. I'm not sure. That one's vintage. Looks like that. So that is a pattern dress. It's like a big deal, I think. I don't have the information in front of me, but I had spoken with someone about it via email earlier. They were telling me about it. I'll see if I can dig that out. I didn't even see it there until I was doing the video. The guys did a great job setting everything up this week. Great job. There's old Todd. What you doing, buddy? All right, and we're walking over here. This stuff might go later. Maybe we'll do it. That's like a Justin Bieber backpack. Again, I love old movie poster graphics. I think it's so cool. I hope these do well. You seem like neat titles. Isn't that cool? Lamp, and there's boxes of posters there. I don't know if I'll do choice or I don't know how to do those. We'll figure it out. I know that much. So, look, I think we're going to go. What are we going to do? We're going to look at those lights. Yep, there they are. And then hopefully we're going to spin around without moving the camera too fast. Not too bad of a job. Oh, there's that whirligig. I didn't want to crank on it too hard, but you can see how when the propeller spins, the triplane moves around. There he is. There's a good boy right there. Okay. This is when I remember to go back and look at the cornet. Dang it, and I can't remember the maker offhand. I said it in the original recording, which didn't turn out. It's written on the card. Check the pictures out. Chad said it's super, super nice, and it plays great, and you'll be treated to a trumpet performance by Mr. Chad Boydston himself. That's what we were talking about there. He's like, I might play it. And I said, nobody's going to come out if you just might play it, Chad. He's like, yeah, I'll play it. So that's what was going on there. Oof. So yeah, video quality is a little better. Be sure that you are subscribed to the channel, that you like and comment below, good or bad. You know, someone left a comment like, worst video quality ever a couple weeks ago, and you know, they were right. It doesn't matter, good or bad, let us know. I mean, and I was like, man, you know, I thought that video looked like shit. But I couldn't really tell, you know, because sometimes the uploading process, it doesn't. Anyway, so here's some of these Mexican blankets. I'll get back to that train of thought. There's Star Trek, lots of Star Trek stuff. I don't know what that is, a little creeper of some kind. More Star Trek stuff there, and those decorator things. It's like a woman's pool trophy, that thing. That ironing board, like what's that doing here? It's vintage. It's cool, and I bet it costs you $100. I bet they don't even make an ironing board that freaking solid anymore. You know, just these rickety old things. That's straight out of the early '80s, baby. Looks like some Star Wars, like drink topper things. Some different kinds of chattel here and there, and hanging up there and there and there. Sort of woven basketry. And some more toys. I was like, whoa, is this old? I think it was like 1950s. Wizard of Oz. So I believe that's what I'm saying something about. So it's kind of fun doing it like this. Tell me what you think below. I got some sort of like coffee cups or something on that thing. That's a neat old scale. More of that. Quit bringing coffee cups. These are neat like 50s pictures of kids in the school play. There's some famous pool players there. Yep. That candle holding thing. Everybody needs one of those. Some more vintage stuff. There's that Terramana thing. Looks like there's more vinyl records, vintage speakers, fiberboard case down there, more magazines. Looks like some bags, some old signs. Looks like vintage sunglasses with wrap, more Hot Wheels, more vinyl records, more Hot Wheels stuff. And neat vintage Hot Wheels stuff. Then there's some more of those like Shell station or Shell like tractor charts. Huge sale sign. I mean, that's great for you resellers. Like you have a booth or you're terminal garage salesperson. That's cool. World War, WWF, World Wrestling Federation cassettes. Some Barbies. Neat vintage Halloween pumpkin should do well. Then there's more neat stuff, more not so neat stuff, then some cool stuff up in there too. Look at that. Maybe some character glasses back there. And Canister said, hey, more mugs. Hooray. Jewelry stuff. Looks like some quilted pillows. My goodness. There's one of those cat clocks. And then some more comic books and lights and just all sorts of stuff there that I probably don't need to really talk over. Vintage things, some form of fashion. So yeah, there's all that stuff. And some old pictures, big box of old pictures. 40s era stuff. William Todd running out back right now, if you heard that. If not, forget I said that. Neat old train thing. That's a fancy chair. Piano scrolls, piano rolls, player piano stuff. A lot of them this auction. Like, well, that's already a bunch. But just you wait. In about another 15 minutes, you're going to see even more. Trust me. So, yeah, there's all Vaughn signs that aren't really, that are just there for whatever reason. Then there's some of this vintage crochet stuff. Doesn't really do very well. I don't understand. Like, quilt stuff does great, but crochet doesn't. I don't really see why not. Does vintage like black and white or gray and white herringbone twill key, brand new. I think that was Woolrich. I don't know what that was, but there's a lot of look there. That's straight out of early 90s. That guy there. Then M56 field jacket. Woodland camo. Then another Woolrich, I believe. Then another field jacket. Then some key jeans, I think. So some vintagey stuff. The t-shirts are gone. And they're replaced with Bear Hug from Kansas sweatshirt. Those t-shirts are fun. Some more kind of crocheted stuff down there. More neat old kind of risque movie posters. Let's see here. Looks like motorcycle stuff and some vintage blinds. Those are cool. More vintage stuff everywhere on here. I mean, you see what this stuff is priced at the antique malls and at the vintage markets and stuff. Come on, resellers. Don't gatekeep us. That's cool. Chicago Bulls. I think dude had like $40 on there at some point. Those are cool. Little mid-century like chalk poodles. Freaking Raiders Monopoly game. And there's boxes full of that, old toys and trophies. All that stuff to the left is getting ready to go into the back. And there's some more things on the floor. I thought autofocus kind of went in pretty good. So we walk back here. So these are tubs. These are nice tubs, and they all have moving blankets in them. They got hoarded in the back and then buried back there. So we just pulled them out, and we're going to sell them. Not exactly sure how we're going to sell them, but we'll figure it out if we need more. We've got even more in the back. Neat little concrete planter. A couple of appliance dollies we had just buried back there, just, for waiting for the zombie apocalypse when you might need an appliance dolly. This is it. Love it. Mid-century green 2-piece sectional in awesome shape. There's a couple little pieces here and there, little parts here and there, but overall, man, it's hard to find any better at an auction. Then there's some more sticks of furniture here. That's a crazy looking old chair. Those little stools down there, cute. And this little whatever maple or cherry veneer with the top. Now these, okay, this is Restoration Hardware, new in the freaking box, like these medical cabinet looking sink cabinets with a sink top, with tags on it and everything. I don't get it. You know that wasn't cheap at Restoration Hardware. You know that was every bit of $1,800. So these boxes here, I think I try to get in on the SKU number so you can check them out. But they've got the big RH on there. What's that even say in there? Digital medium cabinet. Something medical cabinet. I mean, I don't know how long ago they bought them, but they were just sitting in somebody's garage, like in a very nice house, and they never did anything with them. So, yeah, come check them out. Let's see, which way am I going to go here? I think I'm going to go walk around the zombie apocalypse appliance dollies. And there's some more little stuff. Neat little handmade box. Little stool there, my goodness. And then this oak dresser, which is really neat. And then those pieces go to the dresser. Oh, looks like I'm dialing back in on the Restoration Hardware stuff. Yeah, I believe I am. Indeed. That's what was going on. I think I was like, Frank, what's in here? Is it the same as that other thing out there? And he's like, I don't know. But, you get into taking stuff out of the box, setting it up, and just sometimes best to just leave it alone. So anyway, back to that. There is that oak dresser, and then there's the mirror and all that with it. Anymore, it's even hard to sell a dresser, let alone with a mirror and all that on it. For whatever reason, people aren't too into it anymore. It's like some sporting stuff, I don't know, freaking bike up in there, and a Kirby. Those things are expensive, those metal Kirby's. Look them up. I'm always preaching on that. Looks like some boat motor stuff, maybe. Some jerry cans. My word, more tennis rackets than you can shake a pickleball racket at. That's our cart. And some more basketry. Little like Melissa and Doug looking card. All this stuff like, I think it's Todd, get out of there. What are you doing? Like more just new stuff out of that Restoration Hardware house, I think. Just stuff, man, people bought and didn't do anything with. I'm over here, like almost like cowboy industrial jackets or whatever. Cool motorcycle jacket. That's Harley. That's Harley. I don't know what that is. That's vintage looking. That's, I don't remember. Satin jacket. Funny little Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes French fry head shirt, whatever that means. Garden chairs. We've sold these kind of lawn chairs. We're selling them like for decent money. Not crazy money, but like $10, $15. That's a neat old toy box. Some more little pieces of furniture over here. I don't know if that's outdoor. Looks like outdoor chair and ottoman. Maybe more. Look, more Restoration Hardware stuff. Look at it. Just look at it. I think maybe they're only light fixtures and stuff. And it looks like Vaughn's got it all on that pallet, ready to roll. You're going to want to double check that stuff. I'm not sure that Vaughn realizes that Restoration Hardware is like ridiculously overpriced store. So there might be like a gold mine of stuff in there. I'm sure there is. I was checking to see if somebody turned that into a light yet. They had not, but a lot of people buy those and turn them into lights. I think it's cool. Little cast iron stove. More little piece of furniture. Some kind of farm table looking thing there. More like handmade boxes. Looks like a school table maybe, or library table. Am I going back to dwell? No, I'm going on. Yeah, so then back up in here, we're taking that couch to the curb. Since it looked like someone had trouble with it. Then there's some vintage books, and like that's can't remember the name of the camera. It's in great shape though. Vintage games. That was Noritake. Can't remember the pattern, but I don't remember seeing the bamboo before. So that's kind of neat. Like little sailboat scene, and that's kind of like islandy woodblock prints. And these kind of games we've really sold for a lot of money before. I'm not sure how he has them all arranged there because they're stacks, and then there's like single one back there. That's probably just the one he liked the most. More vintage stuff in there. There's a little Obama doll. Looks like KU, maybe a Sooners thing. Seeing that wagon, I don't know offhand. Neat gold sparkle motorcycle helmet, some hubcaps. There's another TV back there. There's some artwork, another sign, as you can see. Metal detector, or part of one anyway. Not sure what's up with that. Man, in the original video, I told you what kind these were. Pioneer. I had model numbers. Rotel, looks like RP1000G, right? For the turntable, and then the tuner amp. What do we got? RX402, something like that. Yeah, some more lampage back there. And look, another gigantic sale sign, which is awesome if you have a booth. Then freaking Bill Gibbs. Remember that guy? Do you remember how much trouble? I'm just kidding. I have no idea who that is. Looks like tackle boxes. And then I start flipping through these records, and I'm like, yeah, best 68. That's all right. Well, okay. Let's see what happens. All right. Andy Williams. That's where you stop. Looks like fishing stuff down there. It's like Time Life Old West books. A full set of them should do really well. Some sort of like glassware, Bausch and Lomb or something like that. Display case. Thank God we don't have a lot back there except for the carts. Couple rugs, couple nice rugs. And then ham radio stuff. I think a lot of that is kind of layover. But, we're not throwing it away. Somebody will take it out of here. Thrift store probably won't even take it because they don't even know what it is. So 2006 U.S. Open, there's a lot of freaking signatures on there. And then I believe that was a Dick Hauser bobblehead. Funny. Old pictures. It's funny what the thrift store turns away. Like, they really have no idea. But it's the guys coming to pick the stuff up, I was checking to see if these were signed. Any of these were signed. Well, I pulled up one. And then I went into if you see a Harry Truman book in Kansas City, thrift store, estate sale, garage sale, open it up, see if it's signed, if it's one that was published while he's alive. Because Harry would sign a lot of stuff. All sorts of stuff over here. Here's an old marriage certificate, like 1889, something like that. Oh, that's old. I hope they made it. Let's see here. All this stuff on the table. There's some old Beats with the smaller headphone jack. Box of stuff there. Maybe it all goes with that sewing machine. I bet that wasn't cheap. There's a good boy. There's a good boy right there. Sure is. And let's see, we go over here. I can't remember what all that stuff was. You come in for preview on Wednesday, 11 to 1, and check it out. Little glass animals, toys, like tractor toy parts, more toys, and this and that, and neat stuff. Neat stuff all the way through this auction. I can't remember that flag offhand at this moment. Neat old boombox, nice and clean. Some vintage electronics in the boxes. Old cameras, transistor radios. More radios, more stuff on the floor. Computer truck. Huh. And now we have a real computer truck on the road. De Grazia, signed 1976. That used to be a big deal. Surely it still is to someone. Then other real neat pieces of art, neat art exhibit, posters on cards in great shape, military stuff, more nice artwork, vintage stuff. That's a good little section of art there. And more old books, more ceramics and art glass, like these little dudes here. I mean, that's what occupied Japan, maybe. Great art pottery, great old art pottery in there. More toys, more great glass that looks like Fenton to me. Old books, more beautiful pieces. Nice art glass. More little vintage decorators. Looks like there's some Wedgwood in there. Those little what are they called? Little bird whistle things. More comic books. Let's see, what do we have here? Beyblade Arena. Man, remember that was so much fun when William Light was into Beyblades. That was a blast. More vintage. Looks like probably Budweiser Steins, picnic basket. It is empty, as you'll see here in just a moment. More nice artwork. That's really cool. Vintage picture of that stag back there than those other ones down there. That's nice stuff. There is, yep, there it is, empty. Thump, thump, thump. Yeah, here we go. Keeping on with it. Saw some Smurf lunch boxes there. Should have spent longer on that. I do need to step up our video game. Tools, a globe light, another nice rug. Just more, all sorts of cool stuff down there. It's kind of hard when you're going through it and you're trying to get done, and it's already been a crazy week, and you're getting the video done and get home and edit it and all that. More like plates, hey, more mugs, hooray. Guys, China and stuff just doesn't sell, so hopefully it does. Not every time. More wrestling stuff, more models. It's like more autographs. Oh my gosh, is that a Dungeons and Dragons? Yes, it is. A vintage 80s D&D book. And then, like I was saying before, check out the piano scrolls. My gosh. I'm not sure what's in there, but those, I've seen them on eBay. They're easy to list, easy to sell, easy to store. I don't know about sell, I guess if the price is right, but easy to ship. So it's a good thing for your side hustle. Books, history books, design books. That is full of these Nottingham graphic novels. That's all that's in there. More and more and more. Again, books generally I don't do so great at auctions anymore, but sometimes they knock it straight out of the park, that's for sure. So this is electronic drum set. These are Roland stands and pads, I believe, and then an Alesis D4. It works. Last time it was hooked up, it works. It's amazing how many different drum sets you can get out of there. It could have been displayed a little better, but I don't think any of us really know how to set that up. There's some more stuff. I think it came from the back for we were saving for zombie apocalypse for some sporting goods tape. For some reason, thought it was a good idea to hold on to that and that thing, whatever that is. That's a power washer. So yeah, little spice bottles. There's no end of those snack sets in Kansas City. I swear to God. Big box of vintage caps. That should do well. More looks like the old technical manuals, some vintage like duck boots. I believe that's Ralph Lauren. Celluloid buttons, more vinyl records. Keep going and going and going. Probably some keepers in there. or games and DVDs, all that stuff. It's going into the back. And yeah, so that's about it. And thanks for tuning in. I guess we'll see you guys for preview on Wednesday and the auction on Thursday. Thank you.